for the Orion crew capsule if the worst were ever to happen. During a normal mission, after Orion separates from the SLS outside Earth's atmosphere, it'll fire up its single AJ-10 hypergolic rocket engine and put itself into a lunar orbit. Orion can stay in space 21 days undocked and up to 6 months docked. The Gateway is a critical component of the Artemis program and acts as a staging point for lunar surface exploration and eventually deep space missions as well. Once completed, it'll be a fully functioning lunar space station with its own propulsion unit, solar-powered communication hub, science laboratory, habitation units, and docking ports for spacecraft, payload modules, and landers. It will operate as a crew transfer facility, research platform, payload warehouse, and a command center for all lunar missions. The Lunar Gateway is a joint project between NASA, the Canadian Space Agency, the European Space Agency, and the Japanese Aerospace Exploration Agency. The first piece of the 55-ton outpost, its power and propulsion element, is scheduled to go into space in 2022. The habitation and logistics outpost will be assembled on Earth and sent into lunar orbit by 2023. More modules will continue to be added, including a robotic arm, logistics module, various airlocks for spacecraft, and a sample return vehicle. The Lunar Gateway will be considerably smaller in size than the International Space Station, having just 13% of the ISS's total pressurized volume, which has space equivalent to a comfortable 5-bedroom house. But Lunar Gateway's habitable volume will be like living in a recreational vehicle. That's why, unlike the ISS, the Gateway will not be crewed continuously, but it'll be inhabited at least once a year. An artificial intelligence-based robotic system, Canadarm3, will be able to tend to the Gateway when no humans are on board, including operating science experiments on the lunar outpost. Speaking of outpost, there has to be a way to get the astronauts down from the Gateway to the lunar surface. That brings us to the last part of the Artemis program, the Human Landing System. This system features an integrated lander vehicle that has the ability to go back and forth from the Moon's orbit and land humans on the Moon. NASA has selected 3 US companies to design and build human landing systems for the Artemis program. This means that all 3 systems will be used. Blue Origin will have a 3-stage craft called the Integrated Lander Vehicle. It'll be launched on its own New Glenn rocket system and ULA Vulcan launch system. A US company, Dynetics Corporation, is developing the Dynetics Human Landing System, a single structure providing ascent and descent capabilities that will launch on the ULA's Vulcan launch system. And finally, SpaceX and their Starship lunar lander, which is a modified Starship currently under testing. It will launch on the Starship Super Heavy. The entire cost